Hello! Welcome to part 3 of the Garden Report. We're doing our Facebook live stream on CLNS Radio's Facebook page. We're going to answer your questions here after the Celtics beat the Hawks in Game 3. So I'm now going to flip it around so that everybody can see. Yeah, we're getting a lot of emoji feedback here.
Show everybody give them a
tour.
Not a tour, but show them.
Okay, so we'll give
show them what they want. Show them the banners.
All right, so here is the Loge right here.
Give them the banners real quick, and we'll do
There's the court. We got the Bruins banners right here, and we've got
those aren't changed. Those aren't changing for a while.
There's the jumbotron. There's center court. Ooh. We got the bench. There's the away bench right there, and there is the Celtics bench over there. And there's press row over there. All right, so let's flip this bad boy around here. We got a lot of likes for that one. And we're just learning how to do the live stream, really, so this is all new to us. So, wow, we're about to peak 100 active viewers on the live stream. That's what I'm talking about.
All right, are we?
All right, so we're recording there. We're recording on the live stream here.
Intro this, right?
Yeah, we already did that.
Oh, we did? Shoot.
All right, so,
okay, so
what's up with Jared Sullinger?
Is
he just out of shape? Is the first question. That's from Nicola Bogani.
I don't think his issues are that he's out of shape. I mean, do you? I don't think. I mean, I think he's
definitely a little bit hurt because he looks so sluggish out there. It's incredible. It's not like all of a sudden his conditioning died at the end of the season. He has to be dealing with some sort of injury that's causing this.
Maybe he's got an injury. Maybe the Hawks are just taking. It's just might just not be a good matchup for him. It's very easy that when Sullinger is struggling to say, "Oh, he's out of shape." I just think that's kind of a lazy. Not to say the question, it's a lazy question. It's just a lazy way to just say, oh, that's why he's struggling. But that's not the case. I think he really did put a lot of time in over the offseason. I think he had a really good regular season for them.
He did.
I mean, he did what he needed to do.
He had a little bit up and down, but he was really good.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I thought he was, for the most part, consistent. I think he had a good contract year, and he's going to get, a decent contract. I don't know if it's going to be with these guys, but I don't think this is the time or place to talk about off-season. But
that's what everybody wants to know. Sorry, guys. Off-season questions we'll have to save for maybe after the series is over.
But I just think it's just not the right matchups for him right
now. Sure. The thing is, the matchup against Millsap is brutal for him because he can't keep up with Millsap's versatility. Mm-hmm. And Horford would be an okay matchup if he was more athletic, but Horford is he's a superior athlete to him, and he's kind of running circles around him. So there's just not much of a matchup left in this series for Jared. Mm-hmm. And Jared's really going to be coming off the bench for 10 minutes. Tonight he played 11 minutes, and that's probably what we're going to see because Amir was great and Jerebko was great.
-3 too.
And they're going small. A lot of the second half, especially in the fourth quarter, they're going small. So they're only playing one big out there. Amir usually isn't that big. It's going to be probably Jerebko. And then if Kelly can come back, Kelly's going to get a lot of those fourth quarter stretch minutes.
I'll tell you what, if the Celtics can get past the Hawks somehow and they end up against the Cavs, we saw a very effective Jared Sullinger against Kevin Love in the regular season. So be careful what you say about Sullinger right now because he's going to come back. He could be a very important player for these guys once again if they do make it to the next round.
All right, so homie over at Celtics blog, Bill Sy wants to know what can the Celtics do to prevent so much penetration by Teague and Schroeder. So first off, not much because it's Jeff Teague and Dennis Schroeder. One thing they can do, obviously, is get more offensive rebounds, reduce transition opportunities for Atlanta, because those are the guys. Schroeder was really good in transition tonight. I really liked what he was doing. But I think when they go with the smaller lineups, that really helps them prevent transition because they're able to switch more. Having prevent penetration. Having Jerebko out there really helps.
You have to, what's the saying? You have to cut off the head of the snake. You can't let them get a full steam ahead. You know what I mean? You have to stop them at the point of entry. Don't let them you can't let them turn the corner on a pick and roll and start charging in because they are shifty. They are, Teague's willing to bet Teague's one of Brad Stevens' favorite players. The way he talks about Teague, even when Teague's not even a part of the game or pregame, he'll go out of his way to commend Teague. So there's no sleeping, there's plenty of focus on stopping Teague's penetration. The fact that the Celtics can't is because Teague is that good. The only thing that's going to stop him is if Evan Turner literally breaks Teague's ankles like he almost did tonight in V3.
Have we checked on Jeff yet? I don't know. That crossover was incredible.
That was
By the way,
tough.
we just hit 100 live viewers right now, so thanks everyone for tuning in.
Mark.
Yeah, I can guarantee you the Celtics will be in game right before Game 7 of the Finals against the Warriors, and they'll be like, how great is Steph Curry? It'll be like, Steph's great, but as Brad Stevens, I feel that Jeff Teague is who I really want to talk about right now. Just love Jeff Teague. And frankly, how could I don't know why people were crapping on Jeff Teague so much earlier.
Well, he had a slow start to the year, and he had injuries. Speaking of ankles, he had a bad ankle injury.
That's true, and now it's resurged, unfortunately for him. But he is so good with the ball, has such great body control, despite what Evan Turner destroying his ankles. But I love everything about his game. I think you have to account for the fact that he's going to get like 4 baskets in the paint against you every single game. It's mostly about not letting him get open shots. I feel like every game so far in the series, he's gotten a couple like wide open shots just because of blown switches, or because he's one of those guys that he can take a dribble in and then bounce off the dribble, kind of like Isaiah Thomas does. He'll cover like 8 feet of space and he'll pop out for a shot. It's really taking those shots away from him, or at least being able to be quick enough to react and contest on those shots. And that's what Avery Bradley does so well, but they don't have Avery Bradley, so they don't really have anyone right now that can do that.
Agreed. Let's go. We're rapid fire session now.
One more question here.
No, let's rifle through like 3.
Paul Flaherty III asks, does Jay Crowder look out of sync to you guys struggling bad? Yeah, we kind of touched upon this in the first few videos.
Of course he looks out of sync.
He's
1 for 11 tonight? What was he? 1 for 11
yeah,
tonight.
So
1
for 11.
7 from 3.
So he doesn't have any lift right now. And
that is, you're talking about, is Sully injured? Jay Crowder is dealing with an injury.
But we know about that, and he admitted that he wasn't going to be 100% for this series at all. Hey, Jeremy Karpf, thanks for joining the live feed. But he, with
they still need him out there.
They need him to hit set shots from deep. He has to do that if they want to win.
Yeah, the last 2 games he hasn't been able to hit anything, but they need him out there because he's clearly playing through pain, but he's still giving you what you need on the defensive end. As much as he might be hurting offensively right now, you still need him out there, and you just got to hope that some of those shots will start to fall.
Mm-hmm.
Next,
Nick Sicario asks, he has a bunch of crazy questions. Let's find out. Okay, can Terry Rozier score 42 points or nah? I'd say nah, probably.
I'd say yes, maybe in like 5 years.
Okay. Nick Sicario says, hope that IT is only suspended for 1 game instead of the rest of the series. I can't imagine he would be suspended for more than 1 game.
Next question.
He asks, here we go. Can Turner be the factor of Game 4? That's asked by Nicola Bogani.
Absolutely. I mean, he's been a factor all season. He's been, if you have a good Evan Turner, you've got a good shot at winning. If you have a bad Evan Turner, I mean, that's pretty much your glue guy. I mean, when you've got a healthy roster, he's your glue guy from the bench to the starting lineup, and you saw how important he was tonight when he moved to the starting lineup. You need Evan Turner to be on his game. You need to see the herky-jerky dribbling, and you need to see the nice passing, and he's got to hit his mid-range jumpers, and that's what he's been, that's what he's made himself to be known for now.
He was really going for those mid-range jumpers tonight. What I really liked tonight was the way that they were operating with him out of the post, where they've really gone to it a lot more in the second half of the season, especially the last couple months. They always post him up on the left side. Tonight, we actually saw him post up on the right side, and he is so good he'll get a smaller guard. Like, I think he got Schroeder and Teague a couple times on the post up there. He'll spin around them, use a drop step, and he's by them. And then it's a matter of what was really impressive. He had one on the right side where he got around, I want to say it was Schroeder. And then Paul Millsap came right there, came flying at him, and he was able to up-fake Millsap out of the way and then reach around for a finger roll. And I think he either drew the foul or complained that he didn't get the foul. But he's able to make plays like that where he's the only guy on the Celtics right now that they can actually go to an ISO post-up and score with.
I agree.
Kind of sad, but also kind of amazing at the same time.
I want you to read my favorite question right there by Kevin O'Connor. Oh, you just went past
where is it? Kevin O'Connor's question. No, he just says you're right about Sully.
Oh, I know. I just want to read it.
Kevin O'Connor says Jimmy's right about Sully. Atlanta might not be the series for Sully, but Cleveland is versus Love, Thompson, and Mozgov. Assuming Cleveland wins that series.
When Kevin agrees with me, I know I'm right.
That's right, exactly. Let's see, more questions here.
I want everyone buy Kevin O'Connor's draft guide.
Yes, thank you.
CelticsBlog.com draft guide. It's the most comprehensive draft guide in existence.
And I know Kevin has got another update coming in a couple of weeks here. Kevin, you're in the comments. You can tell everybody about it. But I pre-ordered it months ago because it is my Bible. During the summer, even after the draft, it is my absolute Bible. Last year when I was doing draft coverage, I kept going back to it live while I was doing my coverage.
I bought it last year. I haven't bought it this year because I know once I buy it, it's going to take me away from like what game is going on. As soon as as soon as my focus can be on that, I'm buying that and I'm diving into it.
All right. One more thing. Peter Flaherty III asks, he says, love the purple. That's right. We got the Paisley purple ties tonight in honor of Prince. What is your favorite Prince song?
Little Red Corvette.
You think so?
I don't know. I respect Prince for everything that is. I can't say that I'm a huge major Prince fan, but I do enjoy. He's a legend, and he's one of those guys that you're always going to. Prince has passed, but his music is going to live on forever.
All right, so not
Purple Rain, dude. I mean, Purple Rain.
See, for me, it's When Doves Cry. The roaring guitar. So what I love about Prince is his guitar virtuosity. I'm a huge guitar guy, and he is just phenomenal in that one. Purple Rain is great, but he's phenomenal in that one.
What up, TL Hughley? He said give him a shout out.
TL Hughley, what up, son? Is that DL Hughley or TL Hughley?
It was TL.
Oh, wait, hold on.
TL would have been cool.
Carolina Jota with a 100 in there. What's up, Carol? That's exactly how I talk to my girlfriend in real life.
One more question, then
All right, shout out to TL Hughley.
Do we have any legit questions left, or is that it?
I think we might have more. Is there any more?
Use your finger.
Yeah, I thought this thing would work. Let's see. Nicola says goodnight because it's 7:30 in the morning.
Come on,
and he still has to sleep.
a real question.
Here we go. Thank you, Kevin. You don't have to be shameless. We asked you to promote it. Kevin O'Connor's got a question for the Guard Report. The show that he bailed on that he was supposed to be on tonight, but he decided he has to live an hour away and have to go home. Kevin, what's your question?
I hope this is a really good question.
It better be amazing. We're waiting here, Kevin.
Before you ask, boxer briefs.
Me? Boxers.
I didn't ask you.
Oh. For Kevin.
I thought Kev was going to ask that.
All right, Kevin, what's the question?
Yeah, you better ask.
Nick wants to know if Evan Turner will be here next year. We have to address it. Phil Jackson's going to give him like $12 million a year next year for like 3 years. So
this is going to be our last question, unless Kevin asks. But
yeah.
Okay, Evan Turner. I was having this conversation with somebody earlier.
Okay.
Somebody said, well, remember Tony Allen, the Tony Allen whole thing with Tony Allen. But the whole thing with Tony Allen was Doc Rivers didn't really play Tony Allen enough. I think if Doc Rivers maybe had TA's back a little bit, he would have been back. I still think that was the biggest miss in that era, was letting Tony Allen walk. I mean, and that's pretty obvious to say because he's become one of the best defensive players of this generation, if not the best defensive on-ball defender. Is Evan Turner kind of like that, where he's a guy that's going to leave the Celtics, get that next big contract, and continue to flourish on another team? He could be, because I don't know. But the difference is Brad Stevens loves Evan Turner. So that's why it's interesting to see the difference between Tony Allen and Evan Turner, because I think Brad Stevens might go to bat for Evan Turner in the offseason and say, like, we really want this guy. He's important to what we do here. He's a great glue guy. He loves the game. He's fine coming off the bench. So I'm really interested to see how high they're willing to go to get Turner. I like Turner a lot. I like him as a player. He's a pretty nice guy off the court. I think he's a good locker room guy, contrary to what maybe people kind of painted him out.
I think that's over at this point.
People kind of painted him to be.
It was just because of Indiana.
It was just because of Indiana. And you know why? I think it's because of this. Evan Turner has a very strong personality. I think maybe some people may not get his jokes right away. So him coming into a team midway through the year, maybe he was a little too colorful around some of those guys and they didn't sit well with him. But when you get a guy that's, from day one, and everyone gets to know him and, gets to really, appreciate, his humor and all that, he started to really gel with the guy. So I think that's kind of what happened. He's kind of found a home here. So it would be good to see him back.
With Evan, because of his kind of laid back and lackadaisical attitude, or really just kind of silly attitude, I think when he went into Indiana and they had a very intense environment, that it was all about, Lance Stevenson with his Born Ready phase. Roy Hibbert's kind of a fun guy too, with Frank Vogel as the coach.
Definitely. We got a legit question.
Celtics Blog says Evan Turner's jokes are BJ or B. They're the B. He doesn't make a lot of BJ jokes, so I'm gonna guess that as B as in the best. Wow, 100 comments now on the live feed. The live feed's exploding.
We got one last
right
question. We got one last question from Kevin.
All right, so Kevin O'Connor. My answer is I think the Celtics will take the resources that they would give to Jared Sullinger and they will focus them on Evan Turner. I don't think Jared Sullinger is going to stay here. I think they're going to pursue another big in the probably in the draft as well, and in free agency, and probably through trade. So I don't think Jared Sullinger is going to be here. So Kevin O'Connor, and you can just take off. I'll keep answering questions.
Last question for me.
Kevin O'Connor asks, if Isaiah Thomas is suspended, and I might have missed this, he didn't. Do the Celtics need to change their overall strategy or just do the same things with Smart and Turner? So in other words, what changes without Thomas? So, okay, well, for one, their offense doesn't work without Isaiah. I mean, so at this point, it's basically where can you find more creativity?
I'm sorry. I don't want to be that guy, but can you imagine Marcus Smart taking 24 shots on Sunday? I mean, if the Celtics really don't change anything.
Can you go 1 for 24? Is that possible?
And I might be a little hard on Smart at times, but offensively he has struggled. I know he does a lot off the ball, and I know he's improved in a lot of areas. And Kevin loves Marcus Smart, and he probably thinks that Smart can take over and I won't say he's wrong for that. But the Celtics clearly would have to change a lot of what they do on offense. Unfortunately, I don't think whatever they do is going to change the outcome of the game, because I think Isaiah is that important to the team where they need his points. I mean, he scored 42 points tonight, and they had a total of 111. So he's important to the team. What would you say they would? I think maybe they. What? They go bigger? They go big?
Just to get under Kevin's skin, I think they should start James Young if Isaiah gets hurt. I know that Kevin would probably just crash his car after I said that. So I mean, just looking at the roster right now, so you have to put smaller. Marcus in the starting lineup. You're going to have to run plays to get Marcus dribble handoffs and try to attack the rim. We've seen so far that when Marcus dribble penetrates against Horford and Millsap, he is screwed because they go straight up on him and he leans back and puts up that floater and it maybe catches the rim, maybe catches the backboard if he's lucky. Marcus just hasn't figured out how to have a soft touch around the rim, hasn't really learned how to lead with his shoulders going in the air yet. That's just not in his game yet.
Tell you what.
Maybe it'll be there next year, but I mean, their offense is completely screwed. That means Evan Turner's usage rate is going to be like 70% basically if Isaiah were to get hurt. And they're gonna have to force Avery to come back. I mean, I'm sorry if Isaiah gets hurt, if Isaiah's suspended. And then
it's gonna be the Terry Rozier
There's
game.
Gonna be a lot of Rozier. You're gonna see Rozier running point a lot of pick and rolls for him. We don't know, but him and Hunter, you could probably get them in a couple PNR situations with Hunter hiding corner, and they'll be running a pretty similar. They could try to run a similar offense, and it might work. We haven't really seen them get that opportunity yet. All right, you have to go. So last statement, then I'm going to keep going here with Facebook people. All right, that's it. I'll hit you up with the morning.
Absolutely.
Are you going to practice tomorrow?
Nope.
Oh, you know what? We should stop recording this. So thank you to everybody if you're still watching this. We'll see you after Game 4.